Hello, you're watching My Media Prime Television. This is Prime News coming to you live from our headquarters in Cameroon's economic capital. Fon Quinter, Prime Minister, Head of Government Chief Dr. Joseph Janguti, is currently in Garua to lay the foundation stone of the clinker and cement factory of Cement Cam in Figur in the north region of Cameroon. Mr. Joseph Janguti will have audiences today with elites, administrative and traditional authorities of the region before leaving for Figur tomorrow Thursday for the laying of the foundation stone of the cement plant. His visit to the north region comes few days after his visits to the southwest and northwest regions to evaluate the implementation of recommendations of the major national dialogue. And today's sad story, a 27-year-old motorbike rider has lost his life after autopsy results revealed that he had been severely tortured while in detention at the Mbopi Gendarmerie Brigade in Douala. More on the story with Nora Kakebi.
A bike rider in Douala, economic capital of Cameroon, recently died after having been tortured by the gendarmes at Mbopi. Reports gathered said the 27-year-old Jamil Molium was transporting a passenger through Avenue des Agents behind the Mbopi neighborhood, where they were aggressed by some other two men on a bike. Jamil managed to escape while his passenger was subdued and the sum of 8,500 francs taken from him. He later reported to the gendarmerie officers, accusing Jamil as the first suspect. Jamil was eventually arrested on October 4 and kept under detention, where he informed his mother of his arrest. Upon her third visit to the gendarmerie to see her son, she was informed Jamil had passed away and was at the Bonanjo Military Hospital mortuary. The family was not allowed to see him until October 11, when they insisted on an autopsy. The autopsy result revealed signs of severe torture and extreme violence. According to Jamil's uncle, his wrists, legs and toes showed he had been severely tortured and died eventually. He was badly tortured that he sustained wounds on his legs and toes. His anus was bloody as well. His mother, who is still to come to terms with Jamil's death, recounted what Jamil's passenger said when he was interrogated at the gendarmerie. He said he accused Jamil because he ran away after they were attacked and his money taken away from him. All of Jamil's previous calls were verified at the MTN office, but nothing was found to implicate my son. The family is still to recover from the shock and trauma, while they have just their eyes to cry over the loss of their son.
We move over to the southwest region, where the 2021-2022 academic year has been launched in Kumbatu subdivision. The launching of the basic education sector took place at the Kumbatu Council, as Tamfu Sidwandimbe tells us.
A massive turnout of parents, teachers, traditional title holders, municipal authorities and pupils on Friday 8 October 2021 marked the launching of the academic year 2021-2022 in Kumbatu subdivision.
The conditions should be favorable for our children to go to school.
Addressing the population, the Inspector of Basic Education for the subdivision, Mr. Ebako Ivo Matuke, stated that the last academic year was successful, though with elements of the socio-political crisis still visible, which was a major obstacle to the smooth and excellent academic process in his subdivision.
We're supposed to have launched the academic year since before now. We are 1 month away from school because of the crisis. My greatest worry in academic issues in Kumbatu subdivision is the crisis. However, we are on and we are back.
Launching under the theme Modernization and Resilience of the Education and Independent Learning Ways and Means of the Operationalization at the Center of Development Services, the inspector also appealed that parents should take full responsibility and cooperate with the educational sector to ensure their children receive the best of education.
We only pray, as the GO said, that the parents should be able to take their responsibilities to take these children to school in the morning and come in the afternoon and take them back home, knowing fully well the situation at hand.
Presiding over the launching, the divisional officer for Kumbatu subdivision, Mr. Edwin Kenyangwana, assured parents on the dispositions put in place in schools to fight against the third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic.
All dispositions have been taken to accommodate these children in schools. The school year is starting at a moment when the third wave of the COVID-19 is on a rise. But then, as far as our schools are concerned, we are fully implementing the barrier measures put in place by government to fight against the spread of the COVID-19.
Going by the massive attendance and respecting the rights of children to education, there are hopes that if the COVID-19 crisis is well managed, the current academic year in Kumba 2 will be better, as school authorities, parents and the population are set to give maximum collaboration for an effective school year.
Tamfu Sudan reports in the northern Ghana, there were 3 municipalities in partnership with the Vina South CPDM Section 1C have celebrated the 6th edition of Academic and Sporting Excellence. The ceremony witnessed the donation of didactic materials and farm equipment to some persons in that part of the country. Details with Jangang.
It was a total of 360 pupils and students from private and public schools in the Gaundere 3 subdivision who received school kits. The students were selected from primary and secondary schools for both the English and French subsystems of education. The gifts comprise school bags, pens, pencils, books, and other didactic materials handed to them from the hands of the community authorities.
We have brought all these things here today to accompany the school children and the youths. I think we are not mistaken, and it will only advance for the better.
The ceremony was graced with the presence of the senior divisional officer of Vina, who, after observing the actions of the donors, hoped that it continues in subsequent years. To him, the project will go a long way to boost the skill development of the learners, especially via the awards that are being offered by the local council.
This activity is our own way to support our school children and education in general in our community.
Other items gifted to the community members included machetes, rakes, and other agricultural tools aimed at improving on sustainable agriculture in the subdivision, hence poverty reduction. The ceremony was crowned with the finals of a football tournament.
His Majesty Fon Quinter II of Mukuru was in Douala to meet his subjects. The visit, which is part of his Meet the People tour, was aimed at discussing unity as a strong force for development, especially back at home. Details with Charles Kibwa.
His Majesty Fon Quinter II, ruler of the Mukuru Fondom in Menchum Valley Subdivision, Menchum Division of Northwest, was Saturday, October 9, 2021, accorded a royal, hilarious welcome in the littoral region by sons and daughters of Mukuru as he begins his nationwide Meet the People's tour, barely few months after his coronation, taking over from Fon Foto Athanasius Angi, who ruled Mukuru village for the past 42 years. Accompanied by other chiefs of the clan subdivision, appreciating the large number of his subjects that turned out to accord him an entourage the royal welcome, Fon Quinter II of Mukuru called on his people to harness collective efforts as a strong force, contribute to the development of Mukuru village, thus create a legacy for posterity. He advised his people to avoid working in splinter and fragments, for it will not help their development. Their leads through various speakers took firm commitments to ensure their children go to school and to encourage those in the bushes drop their guns, get to farm, regain society, revamp their economy and enhance the development of Mukuru and the subdivision. It should be noted, Mukuru is a second-class fondom in Menchum Valley subdivision. The fund's nationwide tour is to acquaint himself with his people and to galvanize the old and youth for a new Mukuru fondom where everyone lives in peace and harmony. His next stopover is Bamenda.
The Agam Family Union in Boya, Southwest region of Cameroon, now have a new Natum bathroom and chairperson to run activities of the union. They were installed in Boya during a fundraising ceremony for the construction of the Agam Family Union Hall. Job Mukuru attended the ceremony and compiled the following report.
The Menchum sons and daughters in Boya now have their new bathroom, Natum, and chairman of the Agam Family Union in Boya subdivision. They were solemnly installed during a fundraising exercise for the construction of the Agam Family Union Hall in Buea. Aji Jude is the new Batum, which to him, unity will be his watchword in leading the people of the Agam Family Union in Buea.
I will not walk alone. I will walk with them. There's one thing. First to me, to start with them, I have three things to tell them. First, unity. Second, unity. Third, unity. If we have all those things, then we'll go far. I'm very happy with them. They're very chosen people. They understand people. We don't have. We'll always bow our head together, we pray. We ask for Almighty God to show us the way.
To some indigenous of the Menchu land, the new Batum is a square peg in a square hole.
He's a square peg in a square hole. He's fit, he's dynamic, he's a man of the people. You saw what he's done, you saw what people have done for him. The advice I can give him is that he remains who he is. What he's been doing, he does just what he has been doing. And the people are behind him.
We know that he has the right drive to bring the community together. We know there's nothing more important in this world than having the right people in the right leadership position. So we're very, very happy because the people of Buea have decided on the right person who will lead them forward and bring so much development and unity among the Agam people in this part of the country.
And to Professor Mua Kingsley, he called on the new Batum to live an exemplary life so as to serve and not to be served.
It should be an example, it should be a model. It should be that person who is called to serve his people. Because most people always confuse authority and leadership. Today, giving the authority by the people, but he has to lead. Leadership is soft coercion, that is getting your people to follow you by being authentic in your action. That is being able to see the possibility of you representing them and have trust and confidence in you.
The second part of the day saw the fundraising exercise for the construction of the Agam Family Hall in Buea at 60 million francs CFA is the estimated budget for the construction of their hall.
Doing us magic. You're welcome. And he has supported the process with 40,000 francs CFA.
The dual ceremony ended with photograph as animation was the order of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Prime News streaming live from Douala, Cameroon on My Major Prime Television. Still ahead, October is commemorated as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, aimed at raising awareness about the impact of breast cancer. To raise this awareness, today, October 13, is observed as National No Bra Day, and which women are encouraged to go braless. But can go Walter, please tell us more about National No Bra Day.
Commemorated yearly since October 13, 2014, World No Bra Day urges women worldwide to forego wearing a bra in a bid to support breast cancer sufferers, survivors, as well as take out time to give themselves a self-breast examination in a bid to fight against breast cancer. Occurring mostly in women, breast cancer is the world's most prevalent type of cancer and the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in women aged 50 years and older worldwide. However, breast cancer in women can occur or happen at any age. On World No Bra Day, women across the globe seek to reduce mortality and prevalence on breast cancer, which is estimated to be 7.8 million breast cancer diagnoses and 685,000 deaths as of 2020. Although it's seen as a controversial event in the eyes of many, World No Bra Day aims to raise awareness regarding breast cancer, the signs and symptoms to watch out for, causes, prevention, as well as applaud and encourage the effort of breast cancer sufferers, caregivers, and health personnel for not giving up. The day also seeks to inspire and give hope to women who have lost a breast to breast cancer worldwide.
And news out of the country, Staff Lady Eileen Summer visited Zimbabwe, Liberia, Mali, and put together the following report.
Let's begin our ride in Mali, where a former Malian Islamist convicted of crimes against humanity for directing attacks on religious and historic buildings in Timbuktu has apologized for his actions during a court appearance in The Hague. Ahmad Al-Faqih Al-Mahdi appealed to the judges for forgiveness as he sought a reduction in his 9-year prison sentence. For the record, Islamist militants destroyed ancient buildings and cultural artifacts in Timbuktu in 2012 after having seized the World Heritage Site known by many as the Pearl of the Desert. Elsewhere, soldiers and police have been deployed across schools in Eswatini, where students have been protesting for weeks, asking for political reforms. Primary and high school students in Africa's last absolute monarchy, formerly known as Swaziland, have been boycotting classes and staging low-key protests for months now. Law enforcement officers have been spotted in Eswatini's main cities, Babane and Manzini. Officials say they have been deployed as a precautionary measure to help maintain peace, but student protesters believe the move is to intimidate them. In Zimbabwe, police have denied reports that a violent attack took place against supporters of the main opposition party in the country's southeast region on Monday. However, a video posted online by the Movement for Democratic Change (MDC) appeared to show the party's convoy vehicle surrounded by a crowd waving placards denouncing the opposition leader, Nelson Chamisa. The politician is in Masvingo province to meet supporters. Note here that the MDC also posted pictures of injured supporters and damaged vehicles with broken windows. While in Liberia, a teenage motorcycle taxi rider has become a national hero after he found and returned $50,000, an equivalent of about 25 million francs CFA. The money had gone missing from a prominent businesswoman in northeastern Nimba County on the border with Ivory Coast. The young man, Emmanuel Tolu, saw the money wrapped in a plastic bag on the highway and heard the owner, Musu Yansi, desperately making a radio appeal to anyone coming across the cash. He then let her know he had found it in the presence of local officials. Miss Yancy and her boss reportedly rewarded Emmanuel with $1,500, an equivalent of about 750,000 francs CFA, and other gifts. As people sing the praise of the motorcyclist, well-wishers continue to pour into the home of Miss Yancy in celebration, as such gestures are said to be exceptionally unusual in post-war Liberia.
Arlene Samaster on the African continent concludes today's edition of Prime News on My Media, Prime Television. My name is Fon Quinter. Prime comes about 7 p.m. with Kum Leonard and his team, staying with the company of more programs. On The African, I thank you for watching. Good night.